What's up guys, Slot Player here. Some of you know that my Slot Player project first started as a web page with reviews and rankings of online slot games. Only a bit later I have started with the YouTube channel with the interesting facts and information from the world of gambling. Unfortunately, gambling still has bad reputation in most parts of the world, and I'm trying to show it in a different light, as a form of entertainment that needs to be paid for just like some other forms of entertainment as video games, cinema or dining out. Anyways, with this video I would like to see if there is any interest for the slot game reviews as short clips on YouTube, rather than just watching the streamers play. And what game is better to start with than the most famous slot in Europe, Book of Ra by Novomatic. So, if you're not interested in reviews, then skip this video. But if it might be of some interest to you, I promise I will try not to make them boring as the reviews usually are. In any case, I will not tell you something like 3 aces pay 10 coins and 4 books pay 20. That's boring stuff. I think the guy that does that in reviews is usually underestimating the players. They can look that up by themselves if it was really that interesting. Anyways, the first version of Book of Ra was released long time ago, back in 2005. Everybody says that the main character in the game, nicknamed the Explorer, looks like Indiana Jones. But I would rather say he looks like Rick O'Connell from the movie Mummy. Here is Indiana. And here is our Rick O'Connell. So you can decide by yourself. Besides, in the Mummy our Rick was after the Book of Dead, so he could kill the mummy Imhotep. That came back to life. I can really recommend that movie, just in case that anyone did not see it so far. So, I'm guessing Novomatic named the game Book of Ra so that the movie makers do not accuse them of copyright breach, but anyway, a few years back slot game Book of Dead came out, which makes it a copy of a copy that was named after the original. Okay, Book of Ra is super popular slot game. Of course there were many sequel games and spin-offs during all these years. Not only that, but seems like that every single relevant game publisher had a go at doing the Book of Ra clone or copy. Sequels by Novomatic started showing up in 2008 with Book of Ra Deluxe, which is one of the few slot games that made a successful transition from brick-and-mortar real casinos to the online. And my favorite version, Book of Ra Deluxe 6, was released back in 2015. Then all kind of versions were made, from adding the jackpots to more jackpots, then more reels, then even more reels, all the way to the versions with dice, and listen to this, bingo version. This is how dice version looks like, and this one here is bingo. I guess that is to cover the needs of grandmas and grandpas that like to play bingo so they can play Book of Ra as well. And all of these years our Explorer is smiling to us covering the windows of slot machines parlors across Europe. Do you know why casinos do not have windows? I might do a video about that, so if you're interested, press the subscribe button, you know how to do that. Okay, I will talk a bit about the Book of Ra Deluxe 6 version, which is called that way because it has 6 reels, and as I said, it is my favorite. Original had 5 reels, so if you want to play the 6, you need to add a bit more to your bet. If you do not want to do that, then you will have to play with 5 reels. The playfield is standard 3 rows high. Declared theoretical return to player is 95.10%. Game is played with only 10 active lines, which is a bit old-fashioned, and that is because the game is old. That did not change much since 2005. Also, graphics and sound are a bit old-fashioned, and you might wonder why people still play this game. Because it's fun to play. In the base game you need to collect 3 or more books to enter the bonus round in the form of 3 spins. The sound when you get the 2 books and are hoping for the third is probably the grandfather sound of all slot sounds. Listen to it now. The number of free spins by default is 10, but you can get more if any additional combination of 3 books or more appear again. The first thing to be decided is which symbol will be a special one during the bonus. There is essential question here, is it better to have a special high paying symbol that are not so common, or is it better to have the one with low values but that comes out relatively often? I guess that depends on player preferences and the will to risk. If there is a winning combination with the special symbol during the free games, it expands to the rest of the reel. So it is needed only one special symbol on each reel to do some nice wins. Reels with those expanded symbols do not need to be next to each other, but there can be space between them, which is another great advantage during the bonus. Of course, the goal is to get a full screen of special symbols, and that is the best part of the game, because the winnings are at least decent in that case. All that given, the base game is a bit boring, but the free games are real classic, filled with excitement and expectations. Although there are so many clones nowadays that usually sound and look better, still the original Book of Ra has a great number of fans that are ready to spin a few spins on this evergreen. YouTube is full of videos with the spins, and this one here is the closest I've seen to have the entire screen of the most valuable symbol, the Explorer. Or Indiana Jones, what some call him.
600.
Okay, so at the end, Book of Ra gets from me 75% in graphics, 61% in sounds which really are crap, 82% in fun, 87% in volatility, 71% as a novelty, and the final score of 81%. The game is a classic that still attracts players, but there are many much better games out there today. Guys, if you play only with the money that you can afford to lose. Think of gambling as entertainment and not as a way to make money, because casinos always have the advantage in the long run. That's all from Slot Player for today. Take care and stay smart.